All right, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that's teaching His word in all true faith and sincerity. And today I just want to get into a lesson concerning the miracles and how, as we get closer and closer to the perfect day, our need for Yahweh Shai is becoming more and more intense. We understand that we need the Lord. We're hastening His coming. But as things are tightening up, more violence and evils are coming here on the earth. That need and desire for Yahweh Shai intensifies, man. And the time we coming into, we gonna need Yahweh Shai, man, the deliverer. Because nothing but death is on the horizon. And this is one of the examples. This is an article from Newsbreak, and it reads, grenade launching war-ready robot dog that strikes autonomously unveiled in the U.S. And it said autonomously, which is independently, meaning it's really that AI shit, which is a damn demon. But now you ain't have to, a guy with a controller, he got a damn Xbox controller controlling a robot dog. That's not the case now. It said they're able to move autonomously with this, which is the AI, So, because a nigga could miss. But these bots and, they're going to be precise with their shots and their targets. Let's read a little bit of Skyborn Technologies. Oh, that's Skynet, man. It says it has launched control operated direct action quadruple Kodiak, a new robotic system that uses artificial intelligence and can move independently. See? And we ain't got to read no more, man. We know what it is. The damn weapon. And you think it, like I said, it's a war-ready bot. You think that they finna send that shit to the east. Now they got some shit for over there. Now this is for the people, man. See, it's gonna be real soon. This devil is gonna try to subdue the people. There's gonna be a lot of apprehending and shutdowns. With this thing right here, this bot. Hey, that's gonna. Hey, these people gonna straighten up when they see some shit like that. And just going back to the point, man, we need Yahweh Shai, man. So matter of fact, let's start off with this in the book of Daniel 12 and 1. It reads, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, will stand up for the children of thy people. And and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. So as we read, it's going to be a certain time where divine intervention will have to take place. The Most High will have to intervene in men's affairs. That's what it's about to come to. It's about to be blatant. Because you can have certain miracles and it can seem subtle, and people would just think they're lucky. Now, that was a miracle of the Lord, but it's going to get a time where it's going to be blatant. You're going to know Yahweh by Shema Shai. It's with you, man. You're going to know the Lord is keeping you once these things come on the planet Earth. Because it said it's going to be a time of trouble like no other, pretty much. Whenever could you go in history and find a fucking robot dog with a strap on it? You can't. Even with the files of the air, you got drones. Guess what? They got straps. They got bombs, and they got guns. So just that in itself show you this time period far as sees any other, just because of the technology that's on display, man. You know, and the technology is not, to upgrade society. You know, it's really violence. The shit, the technology, from the microwave to a fucking television, even a phone, all this shit is old military gear. It's old military tech that's now been given to the people. All this shit is weapons, man. You know? And now you finna really see what this nigga blessing is for, because that's Esau's blessing the sword when you read Genesis, the 27th chapter. But as you can see, it said, at that time, thy people shall be delivered. Everyone that shall be found written in the book. Those that are in Yahweh Shai, man. The elect. Those are the ones that's going to be kept from these things. In that, those are the ones that's really anticipating and know about these things and know what to pray for now. We pray that the Lord keep us from these things. That's our desires. You know. Let's get Psalms 33. Psalm 33 and verse 18, it reads, behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy. See, we hoping in the mercy of the Lord because of the report we was given that this place is going to go out in a violent manner. And before that, it's going to be a plethora of plagues and evils that's going to happen before that time. And we seeing the different ingredients to it. The robot dogs, the food shortages, the financial structure failing, the sedition among men. These people are, not acknowledging the powers that be. We see the ingredients to this place going in turmoil. And the Lord gave us an understanding to that. That's why we just hope, Lord, just keep us, man. We hope in the mercy of Yahweh Shema Shai. It said to deliver their soul from death and to keep them alive in famine. See? And it's precepts on it. It's precepts on, Lord, bringing forth death and famine. And it's precepts on the Lord keeping certain spirits from that. That's what we hope in. It says, our soul waited for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. For our heart shall rejoice in him, because we have trusted in his holy name. Let thy mercy, O Lord, be upon us, according as we hope in thee. See? So yeah, we're going to be hoping in the mercy of the Lord. And so now that means the sky's the limit. Because it talks about there is nothing impossible with Yahweh Shema Shai. And when you go into the records of the men of the Lord, you actually had certain men to disappear. You actually had the Lord to feed men during a famine. The Lord actually, he freed certain men from captivity. One of the notable was Peter. He was in a maximum for security prison. And guess what? The Lord sent the angel to lead him out, man. That's the thing. That's the thing that we hope in and lean on. Because at the end of the day, it's going to have to take a miracle. It's going to have to take a miracle. Because going back, this devil was blessed with the sword. And that's what the Lord is going to combat him. The Lord is going to combat the sword with miracles. Isaiah 59. In 19 it reads, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, and that flood, a flood is overwhelming. And that's how this man's military presence is. You know, even you see a nigga, you see fucking helicopters, and you see military vehicles, nigga jumping out the chopper. That shit overwhelming, man. You getting all that shit coming at you at once. Well, that's how he's gonna be, that overwhelming military presence. From the flashing lights to the horns, you know what I mean? These, you know, roadblocks. You see a fucking bot. It says, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. And going to that word standard, one of the definition when you go into the blue there is to disappear. Another one also is to take flight. Because there's going to be the reflection. The Lord's going to actually raise us up, you know. We're going to be plucked up from out of America before the destruction. You know, but just going back to the point, the Lord's going to lift up a standard. He's going to combat the sword with the miracles, you know. So matter of fact, let's see, let me find one more. I think it might be not Psalm 31, it might be Psalm 71. This is a good one. Let me see. Let's try 71. God. Psalm 71. And I just started at 1 and reads, in thee, O Lord, do I put my trust. Let me never be put to confusion. And that's that perplexity. You know, that's what's going to take place with these people. You know, because they don't have nothing else to lean on. They had a certain mindset. They was going a certain direction. And boom, prophecy happened. You know? Well, the things that's happening on the planet Earth is according to our doctrine. So not being put to confusion or being perplexed, you know, when these things unfold. It said, deliver me in thy righteousness and cause me to escape. Incline thine ear unto me and save me. So it said the Lord's going to cause me to escape. Meaning Yahweh Shema Shai is going to intervene in men's affairs, going back to the definition of divine intervention. The Lord's going to fashion and make a scenario to where you escape. It can be subtle. A nigga probably forgot to lock a door. Or it could be more blatant. You know, the Lord, you know what I mean? You know, the power of Yahweh Shema Shai is limitless, man. Some shit can materialize. You can go to sleep in the cell and wake up outside, you know. This is what's on the table, man. If you have a testimony of Yahweh Shai, you gotta believe, you know. It says, be thou my strong habitation, whereunto I may continually resort, which is the scriptures, because ultimately, when all hell break loose, these resources being taken away, you know, as people lean on their gun, or they might have a bunker with food, you know, we're going to resort to the word. And that's what's going to spark the miracles. It says, thou hast given commandment to save me, for thou art my rock and my fortress. See, it said, thou hast given commandment to save me. So in the heavens, it's a commandment for the angel to keep the elect, man. Or it talks about that in Psalm 91. He give the angels charge over thee. So this is a commandment for the angels to keep his elect, man. That's why we hope to be a part of that righteous number. You know, because what else could we hold fast to? We see the evils, the dangers that's coming here on the planet Earth. So in that, our reaction, we should hide ourselves in the Lord, Proverbs 22:3. So that's why we, those miracles, that's what's going to combat the sword. So yeah, I just hope it was edifying, like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. They're teaching his word on true faith and sincerity. Shalom.